Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are finally back with our Vancouver Canucks GM mode. I haven't sat down and made a GM mode for you guys in a good bit because I was, actually was just a bit lazy and haven't had the time to really sit down and record for a little bit. So we're gonna finally get back into it. All right, so our Canucks are 22, 31, and 8. Let's take a look at the calendar here. Obviously, this team is not a playoff team, and we are a couple days before the trade deadline. All right, so this is the video where we're going to be trading away some of our players. Now, I think we have a 3-game win streak, but that is definitely not going to save the Canucks season. Let's do a little bit of a recap here on our contract situation and actually see who we were thinking about trading. I believe if I can find my trading block, I believe I put them on my trading block. Let me see, trade scouts, inside players. Let's see if we go on our trading block here, edit trading block. Let's see, yeah, so we have Kevin BOJoeKO, Ryan Verbata, Sean Matthias on the block as well, and including Ryan Miller in addition to that. So we could let Eddie Lack play. We could bring up somebody from the minors to play goaltending if we wanted to back up Eddie Lack, but for right now, I think we should concentrate on getting rid of BOJoeKO and Verbata as our main two guys. Like I said, we're going to keep the Sedins. Nobody really was against trading the Sedins, and I honestly think that we should keep the Sedins for one more year. As for what we need, really what we need is a young offensive defenseman for our team. I feel like that's the biggest thing that we are in need of on this team right now. So let's go to proposed trade, obviously, because we can't view the blocks and do all that fun stuff that we need. But we'll go to our defenseman here and actually see what the defensive situation is looking like. Let me see if we go to overalls once again and sort by overalls. All right, so like I said, our top two right now is Dan Hamhuis and Alexander Edler. They're top fours. They're not going to be getting any better because they're already above their age. So, I mean, still an 88 and an 85 is not all too terrible for the defense right now. We're going to be trading BOJoeKO away, like we said, because 33 years old for an 85 overall defenseman making $4.6 million for another 2 years ain't going to fly. Hopefully somebody will be able to take on that contract. Hopefully. And then, like I said, we have Spiza, Tanev, and Stanton, who are all 25. So we do not have a defenseman under the age of 25, other than Corrado, who might be ready next year. He could possibly be ready this year. Bobby Sanguinetti could be ready next year as well. So Corrado's looking bright for the team. But you know what? I think we need an already established young offensive defenseman for this team. So I think that's the one thing we're going to be in search for. Now, defensemen on Anaheim. I know they have a couple guys here like Hampus Lindholm and Cam Fowler, who has the potential to become elite. And you know what? Cam Fowler's trade value is not high at all. It's a low potential. Cam Fowler is a offensive defenseman. Like I said, low potential to become elite. So solid offensive defense at 84 overall, top 4. His defensive category is 4.5 stars, which is pretty good. Shooting, it's all right. He's a fast skater as well. So Cam Fowler is pretty good. Lindholm's got a good bit of value to him as well. Well, he's a two-way defenseman. I'd rather get the offensive guy in Cam Fowler. So Fowler's not a bad choice there on Anaheim. Arizona, I think Yandel and OEL, OEL's good, but I think his trade value might be a little bit too much for us. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Let me look at Verbata's and BOJoeKO's trade value again. You know, getting Oliver Ekman-Larsson would not be that big of a stretch. I think if we package together BOJoeKO and maybe Verbata, give him back to the freaking Coyotes, I honestly think that we could have a pretty good shot of grabbing up Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But then again, I don't know if I want to grab up Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I feel like he's a defenseman that, you know, you always seem to grab up every single year after year. Maybe somebody a little bit different. We'll just go through all the teams and let's check out the offensive defensemen's young players. Ristolainen, Zadorov, Myers, Georges. Nah, we're not going to get those guys. Carolina, let's see. Falk. Falk's pretty young. He's 22, 85. He's a two-way defender. Falk wouldn't be too bad. Trade value a little bit up there, but, you know, there's an option. Jack Johnson, Ryan Murray, a little bit too much. Calgary, I don't think they have anything. Wyman Giordano, nope. Chicago, Keith might be a little bit too much. Yeah, Keith is going to be a lot there. He's 31 years old anyway, so there's no need to really go after Keith. Tyson Barrie. What's Tyson Barrie? Like, they have him considered as a two-way, high potential. I'm still liking Fowler so far. Even though he's got red potential, he still has capability to become elite. Goligoski, no one really that young on this team. Dylan, no. Okay, Detroit, DeKaiser, he's the only one that comes to mind. Cromwell, no. None of those guys. All right, Edmonton, I don't think there's anybody in Edmonton. Darnell Nurse. Justin Schultz, maybe? He's 84 overall, 24 years old. He only has potential to become a top 4 demon. Yeah, you know what? Fowler is still pretty good. Florida, let's see. We're looking at that potential, too. I would love to get Ekblad, but there's no way I'm going to be getting him for that. Too much trade value to get there in return. Dowdy, too much. Suter, Brodin, Dumba. Spurgeon, nope. Montreal. Subban's going to be way too much. Jared Tenorti. Thrower, nah. We'll skip on those guys. Devils, I don't think they have anybody other than Jelena. Jelena and Merrill. Damon Severson, no. Nashville. Weber, Seth Jones. Jonesy, maybe. He's only has medium potential to become top 4. Yeah, Fowler's still best. He has elite potential, which is really good. Really solid. The Rangers, Stahl, Girardi, nope. They're all a bunch of old guys down there. Ottawa, Erik Karlsson, going to be way too much for us. None of those guys will be able to get either. Philadelphia, Delzado, Shen, Morin, straight teaming in. Nah, nothing really there on Philadelphia. Not even prospect-wise either. There's no, they don't have. If only they had Gostis Bear in there, I probably would pick him up just for the hell of it. Mata, do they have Mata? Is he a two-way? Yeah, Mata's a two-way. All right, I'm still liking Fowler the best. Vlasic, Mueller. It's that elite potential that I'm really thinking Fowler might win it over. Shattenkirk, Pietrangelo, and Bouwmeester, all with elite. Shattenkirk's a little bit too much though. Tampa Bay, Hedman, D'Angelo, Carl, Cook. No, none of those guys. Toronto, Morgan Riley, way too much potential. No way. Gardner had a little bit too much as well. Winnipeg, Bufflin, Enstrom, nope. Trouba has potential to become elite. He's a two-way, 83 years old. Jacob Trouba, two-way defenseman. I'll keep him in mind. I'll keep him in the back of my head because he's elite and he's got really low potential for a young age as well. Jacob Trouba, I'll keep him in the back of my head. Maybe I might be able to swing a trade with him for like one of my third liners. Mike Green, nope. All right, I think Fowler wins this. Yeah, Cam Fowler, he's good. He's got elite potential. 23 years old, still. I could get Lindholm, but you know what? I think I could save money and player-wise with Fowler. I mean, what's Fowler making? $4 million for another 4 years? That's actually not that bad. Bring him till he's 27 with $4 million. That's actually pretty good. All right, so let's put Cam Fowler on the table here. All right, so if we want to get Cam Fowler, we want to give up Kevin Bieksa. Okay, so let's see. If we take a look at the trade values here, Kevin Bieksa's, where is that? In between the R. And Fowler's is in between the R. So the odds are pretty even, I would say. Bieksa for Fowler. We can add something in here. What can we add in? We could add in like another rookie defenseman here, like a 7th defenseman, like Cederholm. Well, Cederholm's young. We could add in like an Anderson who has 1 year left, or a guy like Tomarins or one of those players. They want this Anderson guy, so maybe I could add in Anderson. Like I said, it's lower in the trade value, which is what you want to do. You want to kind of get that blue bar on Anaheim's side to pretty low. Is there anything else I can add in here? Let me see. Goaltenders. Kanata, Eriksson. Kanata and Eriksson. I don't think we need those guys. I know we don't need Kanata. He's got medium potential to become an AHL starter. I could throw in Kanata. Yeah, they'll still take that. Yeah, we'll throw in Kanata. And then let's see, is there anything else here that we can add in? Rodin, Sweat, Fox is a bottom 6 forward, so we're keeping Dane around. Petit, this guy is actually not even signed, so I could throw him in there. as well. Just throw them a bunch of prospects and throw them a bunch of nobodies in return for Fowler. Why not? And let's see anything else. Anybody else that we have like not signed? Walker, Zaleski, Kavanaugh. I remember I signed. BOJoeKO. He's 71 overall, 26 years old, 7 defensemen, 1 year left. I could give them this guy. All right, so it's still league approved, which is pretty good. So we could throw all this stuff in there pretty much to get, if we can get a 1-for-1 swap, BOJoeKO for Fowler, that'd honestly be a sick trade in our favor. So let's try this out. Kevin BOJoeKO and a bunch of stuff pretty much to Anaheim for an elite young offensive defenseman in Cam Fowler. Will this go through? Trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Anaheim, so we're accepting your trade offer. Holy crap, that's actually a really, really solid trade. That couldn't have gone better, honestly. That couldn't have gone better. We got rid of Kevin BOJoeKO, who was, what? Kevin BOJoeKO was like 33 years old, I believe? Right? Let me see. BOJoeKO, I just remember looking at it. BOJoeKO, yeah, he was 33 years old. Was a top 4 forward, and we pretty much gave them BOJoeKO probably for Anaheim's. I don't know if Anaheim's a good team or not. I think they are. And we basically got Cam Fowler for a young offensive defenseman for Kevin BOJoeKO. Honestly, that's a solid trade right there, and he's going to go on to our top 4, no doubt. We'll let Hamhuis and Edler play, and we'll put Fowler with Spiza together, or Tanev together. So. Or one of those two. I don't know. Whatever one is top 4. I think Spiza is, right? Spiza's top 4? Yeah, top 4. So we'll put Spiza there. So now Hamhuis, Edler, Fowler, Spiza, Tanev, and Stanton. That's a solid lineup there for the Vancouver Canucks. Solid trade. All right, so now that we got that done, now if we take a look at prospect defenseman again, we do have Jordan Subban, who does have potential to become a top 6. Like you said, Corrado has the potential to become a top 6 as well. I think he could probably get a little bit better than that. Sanguinetti, a bottom 6, top 6 defenseman again. Other than that, other than Subban, Stanton, and they increased Stanton's potential. He's potential to be a top 4 defenseman now. Interesting. He actually went up in overall too. Did he go up in overall to an 80? I don't know. His potential might have changed. Whatever. Weird. Maybe I'll go check out progress reports after this is done. But so that's a solid trade there. We got Fowler. Now, who's the other person? We wanted to get rid of Verbata, right? Radim Verbata. Maybe we'll just give him to a team that actually needs Verbata. All right, where is he? Verbata, where are you at? There you are. All right, so Verbata has roughly around kind of the same trade value as BOJoeKO did. A little bit greater than that. So I think we could get a solid amount back for Verbata as well. 85 years old, 33 years old. If I'm looking for something for this team, what could we have here? What could we have to replace Verbata? Let's see. Let's see what we have coming up soon. So we have the Sedin sisters. Shinkruk has the potential to become elite, so he's nearing there, and you know he's a sniper. Or do they have him classified as a playmaker? He is. They have him as a sniper, okay. Nyquist, we know, will probably be the winger with the Sedins. I mean, he has still a pretty good year. He has elite potential. I think he'll get better for next year. So he'll be probably a first-line forward next year. Johansson, Virtanen, Horvat. So we have Johansson, Benino, and who's on that second line? Verbata was. So you know what? Maybe getting another second-line sniper to replace Verbata. Fairly young. Maybe like a playmaker and then maybe like a depth player as well to help out. I think that'd be good because we have, a third-line scorer would be good. If we can maybe fit in a second-line scorer and a third-line scorer in return for Verbata, that might be a pretty solid deal. So let's see if there's any teams that are interested in Verbata. All right, the Bruins are. They can't handle the salary, though, so we probably could take something back for them. All right, so the Bruins are interested in Verbata. The Red Wings are. The LA Kings are. Who was that? Montreal. Okay. Nashville. The Rangers. There's a good bit of teams interested in them. St. Louis is. The Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Washington Capitals. All right, so a lot of teams are interested in them. So let's go check out the East teams first that are actually under cap. Tampa Bay, no. New York Rangers, nope. Nashville, no. Montreal is under the cap, and they can take Verbata. All right, so what does the Montreal Canadiens have in return here? Like I said, prospects would be I would be perfectly fine with that as well for prospects. Gallagher, Brendan Gallagher, top 9 forward, 84 to 22 years old, a two-way forward. He would be good for the second line because remember we need to replace a guy like Yannick Hansen. I might trade Yannick Hansen as well. Remember we don't have a second round pick, right? We still have our first round pick, which is good. We're gonna keep that. You know what? Verbata for. Let's do it this way. Let's give Verbata for a first and a third line scorer. I'd rather take that rather than a second line scorer in all personal opinion because I can move one of the rookies up to play second line wing. Whether it be Jensen, I think I was planning on moving him up. So let's do that. Let's trade away Verbata for, I believe, a first round pick and see if we can get back maybe like a third line scorer as well. Because we're going to call up a rookie to play, and that way the third line scorer can take that role in the third line and play the rookie on the second. All right, so let's see if we can get a first back for Verbata. Montreal, do you guys want to trade your first? You're valuing that pretty damn high. Yeah, you guys are valuing that all well too high. Is Montreal another good team? Verbata's cap hit is not the greatest either. Wow, our first round pick is worth a lot. We don't have a second or a third, which is interesting. We have a fourth, 2 fifths, and a sixth. I do want to see if I can get a first round pick. I really think I can get a first back for Verbata. Detroit. How are you guys valuing their first? You guys are valuing your first all too well too. Man, is there any one of these teams that want Verbata that is not valuing their first round pick at all? Boston. They don't even have a first round pick. They have a second. I could take that from them and then get something back. But let me see. Washington. Washington's valuing their first round pick as well. Jesus, man. Why are everybody valuing their first round picks? Tampa Bay. They have the Rangers and theirs. Theirs is definitely less, but it's still well over what Verbata's worth. Oh, they're going to have a good draft this year. Oh, my God. Look at all the picks Tampa Bay has. Holy shit. They have 3 sevenths, 2 sixths, a fifth, 2 fourths, a third, a second, and 2 firsts. My God. Tampa Bay's going to stock up on prospects this year. Holy shnikes. St. Louis, I feel like they wouldn't have what? Oh, they don't even have a first. They gave all their firsts away in that Ryan Miller deal. Buffalo probably has all theirs. The Rangers, they don't have anything probably. They have a second, that's about it. We might only be able to get like a second and a first. I mean, a second and a player for Verbata here. As much as I want to. Nashville is really, really valuing it. Trying to think, Eastern Conference team that was doing well. Let's go check out let's just go check out all these teams and see who's valuing their first overall picks. Montreal's wasn't that high. Minnesota doesn't want to trade their picks. The Kings, it's up there. Florida, they don't want to trade it. Edmonton, they don't want to trade it. Detroit wants to trade it, but they don't want to. Dallas doesn't want to trade theirs. Colorado. Is there any team that wants... Maybe if we simulate up a couple days here, and then maybe by the trade deadline, we'll see if teams want to... You know what? Let's do that. Maybe teams' first-round picks will devalue a little bit as we get to the trade deadline. Because I do still think that we have trades to make here at the trade deadline. All right, so let's go to our calendar here. Let's simulate up to the trade deadline game here against the San Jose Sharks. Tim Jackman's being placed on waivers. I'm going to decline that, I think. How old is he? He is 33. Hell no, we'll decline that. At least I think you can still make trades on the trade deadline date. Hopefully. We'll go to the game against San Jose, and we'll see what we can do. All right, so we did win that. The trade deadline is upon us. Yep. Whoops. What was that? Strike for... No. We don't want that. All right, so let's simulate up to trade deadline is today. All right, so the trade deadline is today. Oh, no, it's not. That was just a calendar there. Sim to this game. Sim to this date. We'll see if that does anything. Verbata for Mike Fisher. Don't think I want that. I'm going to decline that trade. Alright, so yeah, I don't think I can do anything here with the trade deadline. I think I just have to make my trades. Yeah, we have to. All right, so this is the day. Trade deadline's today. We're on no time limit, even though that update, which I think should be pretty cool when they add a time limit in for the trade deadline, which should be pretty awesome. But let's go see. Let's scout these player trades, and let's see if teams are going to devalue their first-round picks now. All right, we still want Verbata up there, though. All right, and let's see how teams are going to value their first-round picks now. All right, so draft picks. All right, so Anaheim doesn't look like they lowered that one. Arizona, they're valuing that they don't want to trade it. The Bruins, like I said, they don't have a first, but you know what? A second for Verbata wouldn't be bad. Okay, so there's an option there. Buffalo, they're not willing to trade it. They have 3 first-rounders, I think. Yeah, St. Louis, Islanders, and Buffaloes. Yeah, they're looking pretty solid there. Carolina, they don't want Verbata. They don't want to trade their first. Columbus does not want to trade their first. Calgary does not want to trade the first. Chicago's first is pretty low, I think. Doesn't look all too high for me. So we can maybe get Chicago's there. Colorado, they do want to trade, but it looks a little bit high. Dallas is not trading their pick. Where is Verbata? I just want to really look at Verbata's thing here. Forwards. Okay, so it's like between the A. It's like middle of the A. Alright, so middle of the A. That's kind of what we're aiming for here. Alright, draft picks. Alright, so Dallas does not want to trade it. Calgary, or Detroit, a little bit too much there. Edmonton doesn't want to trade anything. Florida does not want to trade anything. The Kings, like I said, they do want to trade their first, and possibly that could go through straight up for Verbata. The first looks like a little bit on their side. We would have to take back Cap. Do they have a third-line player that the Kings that we could take back for this? I might have to add in a little bit extra too. So we want a third liner here. We want a third liner. Toffoli, is he considered a third liner? Yeah, he is, but he's way too much. Maybe like a young depth forward. Like a Kyle Clifford maybe. He's 82-24. Now I need an offensive young guy. Minnesota, let me see. No, I might just have to take like a second and a player. Boston Bruins might be the best bet here. Montreal, that could go up straight for it. I remember too that I still do want to trade Yannick Hansen as well. Do not forget that I do want to trade Yannick Hansen. Is there anything that the Montreal Canadiens have that I would want? Let's see here. Just sorted by potentials. Snow, Parento, Sherbak, McCarron, Halischuk, Reway, Plekanec, Bork, Desharnais, Eller, Jacob De La Rose. Can maybe take up De La Rose in this deal as well. That lowered the trade value a good bit. Is there anything Montreal can take off my hands that I don't need necessarily? They do want Yannick Hansen, so honestly, I'm perfectly fine with them taking this guy off our hands. They would be over the max salary. All right, let me just see if that goes through. Verbata for a first and De La Rose. Would this go through? Trade rejected. Isn't sufficient. Okay. If I take off De La Rose, what if I just do a straight up trade, Radim Verbata for a first round pick from the Montreal Canadiens? Would that go through? Trade rejected. Sweeten it just a touch. All right, so it actually would go through if we sweeten it just a touch. I still want to hold on to Yannick Hansen because I could probably get a pick for him. Who do I want to throw in here for sweeten it just a touch? Let's throw in Sestito. Is he even playing? What's my fourth line? It's what is it? It's Jeffrey. What is it? Jeffrey Dorsett and Richardson. I think. Yeah, it's Jeffrey Dorsett and Richardson. So you know what? Sestito. I can trade Tom Sestito. That's sweetening it just in touch. Actually, I think that would go through right there. All right, so let's do that. Radim Verbata and Tom Sestito for a first-round pick from the Montreal Canadiens. Will this go through? Yes, it did. On behalf of the Montreal Canadiens organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. All right, so Two pretty good trades so far. I mean, we didn't get a player back for Verbata, but that's where the rookie player comes in that we can trade. Oh my God! Call up a rookie to play the second line with Johansson and whoever my second line center is. I can't remember. Shite, who's my second line center? Jesus Christ. Benino, that's what it was. Benino and Johansson. And so we could call up a rookie to play with them. So we got a first-round pick back for Verbata, which was really good. We had to give them the Canadian Sestito, but that's perfectly fine with me to give them to the East Coast as well, so that's fine. Montreal Canadiens first-round pick and our first-round pick, so we have 2 firsts. And now we could maybe possibly pick up some depth picks here as well. Now just another couple more players here that we maybe want to get rid of. Let's just check around here and float around, see who is possibly we could trade here. All right, so forward-wise, like I said, Sedins are staying, Shinkruk's staying, Johansson, Horvat, Cassian, Vertanen, Benino, Nyquist, Gaunce, McCann, Jensen, Richardson, Matthias. Richardson, I think I'm going to keep. He's a solid defensive player. He's got 1 year left. I could re-sign him next year. He's pretty good defensively. I like his defensive stats. He's got okay face-offs as well. Matthias we're going to keep, even though I still put him on the trading block. I like Sean Matthias, actually, as a third liner. He'll be good. Lyndon Vey we're going to keep because he's got medium potential. Yeah, I do think Jannik Hansen is somebody that does need to go. Yeah, it has to be Jannik Hansen. All right, so Jannik Hansen, 4 years left at $2.5 million. I don't know if there's going to be any team that actually will take his salary or wants him in the first place. The Ottawa Senators do, and they have a shy ton of cap left. All right, let's see what Ottawa has here. Now, Jannik Hansen does not necessarily have the greatest trade value-wise. It is pretty minuscule, so a pick or a very low overall rated prospect in return for Hansen would be solid here. All right, so we have guys like Pupil. Let me just look at the draft picks. Even though I can't draft, I do have faith in the computer to draft for me. Like, I could take a 4th. If they had a 3rd, that'd be great. Do any of these teams who want Hansen have a 3rd they could take? Pittsburgh, do you guys have a 3rd? No, you don't have a 3rd. I don't think I could get a 2nd for him. Yeah, there's no way I could get a 2nd for Hansen. Let's see. The Sharks want him. Do they have a 3rd? No. Do any of these teams have 3rd-round picks? No. St. Louis doesn't even have them anywhere. Tampa Bay. Do they have a 3rd? They do have a 3rd, but we would be over the cap they would put Tampa Bay over the cap, just barely. Let's see. Jannik Hansen. The Bruins want him, but once again they're over the cap. They have a 3rd as well. You know, I can maybe retain some cap, so maybe that can help them. Let's see. Let's retain 4 years. Honestly, taking a little bit away from them, that would we could retain 0.35. No, we can't take that. We would need to take this 0.650. No, it still can't do that. All right. All right. Let's just go right here, because I don't think we can clear that if we do it that way. All right, so let's take that off of Boston. We need some team that has cap room left. That has cap room to take them, and they have a 3rd-round pick. Detroit, please tell me you guys have a 3rd. Yes, the Red Wings have a 3rd, but they're valuing that 3rd pretty highly. They would have more than 50 players in the organization. Shite. Might just be a team that might not even want him. The LA Kings, they don't have a 3rd, but their 2nd is pretty low. Would they take that? Jannik Hansen for a 2nd? I don't think so. Let me propose it. Woefully insufficient. All right, is there anything I could add in to get a 2nd-round pick for Jannik Hansen? Goalies matching the block. Eddie Lack. Skaters matching the block. Let's see. Grenier, top 6 AHL forward. We don't need this guy. What's his potential? Grinder. Can throw this guy in. Maybe to improve it a little bit. And bottom 6. see. Forwards. Look at all forwards here. Just low potential guys that they maybe want. Jeffrey, like I said, we're keeping. All these guys. Keynes and Mallet, I could probably give. I could probably give Mallet if they want him. Yeah, they want Mallet. Alright, so why don't we try this? Why don't we try Yannick Hansen, Grenier, Mallet for LA Kings' second round pick? Will this go through? Trade rejected. We're not interested as you sent us more than one guy first. We'd like Yannick Hansen if you want to take another crack at it. Or is there any player that you guys like have that has a low enough trade value that I could trade for Hansen? Maybe a better player? Who's this guy? He's got high potential as a bottom six forward, as a center, power forward. Who is he? Jake Marchment. 6th round pick from 2014. As a center power forward. He's unsigned, so we could maybe possibly get him. Jordan Nolan. Jordan Wheel. He's actually not bad, I think. No, that's perfectly fine. We could get a young player for Yannick Hansen. LA can have fun with his $2.5 million cap for another 4 years. That doesn't, no skin off my bones. I'll be happy with my 2 first-round picks here in Vancouver. So here we go. Hansen for Marchment. Will this go through? Trade rejected. We don't think it makes sense to take on the salary of Yannick Hansen. Yeah, we might be stuck with that salary of Hansen, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, you know what? Teams, I don't think they want Hansen's salary. It's pretty bad, to be honest. And there's not much we could retain from it. Ottawa has a shit ton of cap. Maybe there's somebody on Ottawa we could take. Point, Condra, Camp. Let me just see all skaters. Maybe there's a defenseman or something along those lines. Let's see. Chasen. Alex Chasen's really trade value is really low. Holy crap. He's considered a depth forward, actually. At 81 overall. Top 9 forward. Power forward for Alex Chasen. Like I said, he's a depth forward. Defense is not that great. Puck moving skills are good. He's a physical kind of player. Maybe we could do that. Alex Chasen for Yannick Hansen. I'd be fine with that. 1 year left. You don't have to re-sign him if you don't want to. Let's see. Ottawa, Hansen for Chasen. Well, it's sufficient. All right, let's add those players then. And maybe Ottawa might want something else in return. Let's see. They want Grenier. Give them to him. Why did that say rejected? They would have more than 45 skaters in their organization. Okay. Let's take back somebody they don't need. Wickstrom, I'll take him back. And let's see. They want anything else? Jeffrey, Tomarnins, Archibald we're keeping. Sanguinetti, Cal O'Reilly, Mallet. Let's see about Tomarins. Would they take Tom? Oh, too many skaters. Was there any of those guys that were unsigned? Subban, no. Any of them unsigned? No. Any goaltenders unsigned? Maybe I'll have to throw in a pick for this. Erickson and Carreau. We're keeping both of those guys. Well, maybe not Carreau, but we need another goalie there. Erickson can't do it all. Let me see if that goes through. Insufficient at all. Draft picks. What could I add in here? I could add in like one of my fifths. I don't know if that would go through or not. I can add in like a third for next year to get Chasen if I really wanted him. Would I be willing to do that though? Let me see. Let me if I add a New York Rangers fifth. Would that push it through? No. How about a draft pick for next year? 3rd round pick might be a bit too much. How about a 4th for next year? A 4th for next year. Will that go through? Sweeten it just a touch, okay. A 4th and a 5th for next year. I don't think they'll be able to get anything really good for that. So Yannick Hansen, Grenier, a 4th and a 5th for next year for Alex Chasen. Will this go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Ottawa, so we're accepting your trade offer. All right, so we got rid of Hansen's contract. Got rid of 2 draft picks for next year. Nothing too big, a 4th and a 5th. Nothing we can't handle. We still have our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for next year. But we do pick up a pretty solid depth player that could help out the 3rd line. We could probably play him on that 3rd line. I think he'll fit out there perfectly fine. And Alex Chasen. It was pretty good for our, it was pretty good for our Dallas Stars GM mode. He turned out pretty good there. So we'll have to see about how Alex Chasen will fit out on this team now. Where is he? He is right there. Top 9 forward. Potential to become a top 9 forward with medium potential. He is a depth forward, but he'll be playing 3rd line for Hansen, and then we'll call one of our players up to play the 2nd line. All right, so this was a long video. Honestly, I think we've made all the trades that we need to trade. Like I said, I'm tempted to trade Miller, but if we want to maybe possibly contend next year, we'll see how good some of our rookie players get. I think we'll be a better team next year. We're going to keep Miller around because he's still 89 overall, honestly. 89 overall goaltender is still pretty dang solid, and Eddie Lack is 84. Still 2 really solid goaltenders to have. I think it's beneficial for us to keep Miller, to keep the Sedins for next year, and then if we bomb the season again, then we can make the decision what we want to do with them. So I'm going to call it a video here. 3 solid trades. Bieksa for Fowler, pretty much straight up, was a really good trade. Picking up a 1st-round pick for Radim Verbata, which was good from the Montreal Canadiens, so we got a draft pick for him, and then pretty much trading away Yannick Hansen, who really was not doing anything for this team on the 3rd line. Contract was way too big. Traded him, got 1-year player in Alex Chasen to see how he could maybe do on the team. And I think we're pretty good for the trade deadline. So let me know what you guys thought of that trade deadline for the Vancouver Canucks. We'll finish up the regular season simulation next episode, and then obviously we can't do the draft. So we'll let the computer draft for us, and then we'll take a look as we go into the offseason. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time.